Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be doing a custom installation and modification that I think it will be helpful for you. So stay tuned, keep watching, and hit up subscribe. So welcome back, guys. Yeah, today we're going to be installing this RG45 extender male to female and using these Coax right angle adapters. If you watch my last video on how I installed my Midland MXT575 in my Land Cruiser, you know that I put it in my center console. So one issue that I had putting it in the center console at the time is that the antenna cable coming in through the bottom made my MXT575 sit too high up in the center console, where when I did plug in my radio, my walkie-talkie portion of it hit on the center console on the top, so I wasn't able to close the center console. So what I'm going to end up doing now is, by using this right angle adapter here, it's going to allow me to, now the antenna where you couldn't bend it too much, it's going to allow me to put this right angle and then put the antenna straight in this way versus trying to go this way and angling it. So then that's going to reduce how high the radio base is going to sit inside the center console. So I'm going to be able to adjust it lower. Then I'm going to be able to use this extender. I'll show you all. Let's go ahead and open it. That's going to allow this part of it. I should have got a right angle or 90-degree angle so it goes down and like this, but this should be fine. And this will run, instead of plugging this into the actual unit, we're going to go ahead and plug this, run this somewhere else, and I'll show you right now. And then I'm going to be able to have this on the exterior instead of having this cable coming in through the center console. So this will give us a cleaner, and it's not going to be pinching this. So now it's going to be plugged in like this, and then this is going to hang in our vehicle. Where am I going to mount this? I'm going to actually mount it in the center console delete, or ACH delete, the suspension plug. I do have a cubby hole, I do have a little pocket there now, but I ended up getting this at the junkyard. If you guys watch my last video, I'm going to go ahead and put this here. As you can see, it allows for me to put this in here, and so this will go flush mount here, and then this will be in my center console. Then I'll be able to grab my radio, drop it in directly above the holder, and it's not going to be pulling it, stretching it, or nothing. It's going to be just literally like this, and then it's going to be a lot easier and closer to me so I could use it, versus having it in the center console and having to pull it out or pinching or bending this cable here. So let's go ahead and let's start running. Let's first and foremost, let's relocate and put our angle adapter in our antenna, and then we could be able to adjust our radio down a little further, and then we'll run the rest of the cable. So let's go ahead and do that now. This is my current setup. So when I would plug this in here, this is perfect, right? So then I thought I'll be plenty of space to run this through here and maybe close this. But because the Land Cruiser has this little storage area right here, this smashes into the cable and it pushes this down. So I don't want that. Plus I don't like having this over here. Then I have to, run it across the center console. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take this out, put our adapter here to run out, and then we're going to make this actually sit a little further down by putting our 90-degree angle adapter in there too. So let's go ahead and take this out. We're going to slide it out, and then I'll show you. It should be fairly easy. Okay, so let's see. Even here now, I'm limited, but you can see this here, and it wouldn't allow me to sit it further down. So with that right angle, we're going to go ahead and take the antenna off like that. We're actually going to drop the bracket a little further down, but we'll figure that out right now. We're going to grab our angle adapter, put our adapter on. So obviously you see this is pretty easy modification, but it's going to save the way our antenna goes in, and plus Now it sits flush to here, and it's not where the antenna would actually go further than the actual base. So now we tighten that up pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and connect our antenna back in here. Sorry if you can't see, I'm doing my best to get you guys in here. You have a little mounting bracket here. I'm not sure if you can see it. A little bracket here. We're going to go ahead and bring this down a little further down so that this sits down and it doesn't hit our cable adapter from here. So let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit. I think I got it. I didn't use the level or nothing, but it looks pretty straight. I used the other holes to kind of give me the gap that I needed. Once you get one pushed in and tight, the rest of them go in perfect. Alright, that wasn't easy at all. I know YouTube makes it seem like and edit it like it's easy, but it really isn't. Alright, so now our unit is connected. Our bracket, our mounting bracket is on. Let's see, moment of truth, make sure that everything clears, and I'll show you guys right now once I put this down. Let's see. Let's get our power cable out the way. It didn't clip, but it did sit down. So as long as we clear, we's a-okay. I'll show you guys right now. Let's just, my most worried is that I didn't get the 90-degree angle on this one, but hopefully this clears it clears without hitting this. Pfft, look at that. And actually, with that being said, I really don't need to put this extender. I could just drop in my mic cable into here, and it shouldn't, I mean, aside from it hitting right here, I mean, I could always notch this. Oh dude, night and day difference. And it's not bending the cat cable here. So that was the biggest thing, is bending the cable. But if I wanted to keep it there, like literally, well, put it to the edge, and that would be a day right there. Actually not bad. And then whenever, the only problem here is that I would have to run it to my mount, and I'll show you guys. By running it still in the center console, is that I would put it right in here, right? So here's our mounting point. Now this is in the way of my shifter, you know, of my e-brake, my cup holder, everything. So we don't want that. We're going to relocate it into our delete cover over here. So if we do that, that's going to put our cable right here, just like this, out of the way of our shifter, our e-brake, our cups, everything, even away from my leg, but it's still on here. But it would literally, it would be right in this location, and all I have to do is grab my phone, my radio. This will stay in position. Then I just got to drop it back in, make sure this is just out of my way on the side, and it look great. Let's go ahead now, run our adapter through under the center console and drill out and put our unit here. So with here, we're gonna have to mount this, right? We're gonna be looking to mount it probably on the top side. I mean, it doesn't matter, but we're gonna want to put it in the middle. So kind of, you know, everything I do is kind of eyeballing it. I could go ahead and measure, but I could kind of get an idea where it's at, the center's at. So what I'm gonna do is grab the step bit, and then we're gonna go for it. And we're just gonna do that for now. You actually want, I should have put blue tape on the other side, but it's gonna be covered. What we're gonna do is try to get as much width. So maybe even this one, if you could see, just to get somewhat this shape in there. So this step will go all the way through, and it will give us just right where we want to, and then we can use something else. So this one was just to pre-drill it, and now this one should be able to go all the way through. And you know, take your time, step by step. Now that we have this way, we're going to go this way. And we're going to keep seeing if it fits. If it doesn't, obviously we keep going. And then we're going to run our cable through. So that fits, right? This is a long cable. And I'm going to put all the part information down below. If you decide to do something similar like this, you could. I can pick this stuff up on my Amazon store. And obviously, I get compensated if you guys buy something. So thank you for supporting in advance. So, it's pretty close, actually. So you can see, let's see if I can, you can see that it's pretty damn close. I think I want to leave it there. So, what I'm going to do is start making it the square, right? So as you can see, it almost fits somewhere right there, right around like that. We're going to mark that, and when we do our cuts, we're going to obviously cut on the inside part of it, so that'll give us our square. So this will drop in. Once it drops in and we cut it to this, it'll clamp on, and then this lip right here will cover our cuts. Make sure to wear eye protection. So here we have what kind of looks like a square. You want to just kind of clean it up. Then we're gonna use a little file to clean it up. Give us a nicer looking square. So now we're gonna run our cable through it again and see how close we are to making this pop right in. If it works, we leave it. Dude, make a glove. Dude, pretty much almost there. Alright, let's do it again. This should. Ooh. It's just that much away. And you want a snug fit because you don't want this cable popping out. There you go. I think we got it. This side is clipped on. I think we could clean that up a little bit. No, I think we're good. How you like that? Custom. Ooh wee. Yep. Solid. Push down all corners. There we go. Now we just got to run this cable to our Midland MXT575. Plug our mic, and we're good to go. And this is what my center console setup looks. As you can see, the antenna, it went around like a U and it went into the 90 degree. The power, I went ahead and put it on the outside so it wouldn't smash it. And I can still bring this up a little bit for the heat sinks to not touch the power. I mean, I think it should be fine. I don't think this gets really too hot, but You can push it down as well, and you're all set here. But that's what the center console looks like. Still have plenty of space on the right side. Yeah, love having this unit. I love the compactnism or compact. I like how compact this Midland radio is. Small, and everything works off of the mic. So let's go ahead and run our extender, let's go ahead and run our extender, put it here, and then run it through the bottom. And this is, you just pop this little pocket just like that. Okay, so now that we have our plug, we're going to run our cable through here and away, obviously away from the shifter, because you don't want it to be on the shifter. We're going to zip tie it to the previous power cable and antenna. So we're going to zip tie it to it so it moves away from anything moving around. And then we already drilled a hole through the bottom. Oh yeah. The reason it's not going up because we still have our switches there. Okay. Just kind of like you get the idea of how this works. And then we just got to locate the hole. And hopefully we made the hole big enough. That didn't think about it. Because if not, then plan B. And then we're going to fish it through the center console. What the hell? Oh, here it is. Fish it through the center console. Okay, bam. I think I found it. Now we found it through our center console. We're going to fish the remaining cable through, or we could actually tie it up and put it underneath here. So let's do this. Let's make our life a lot easier. Unplug this switch. So that we can work. Pop these open like this. Oops. Now these things are filthy. Unplug these. Make sure you know which is right and left. Brown is left. And keep it like that. Take these cables out. Take this power out. Just to make, I didn't have to do this, but just to make our life a little easier. Just like that. And we're gonna, this should, put this in neutral. Just put this to the side, put this back in park. And then this will give us the freedom to work on our wiring. Here. And so what we're going to do is give us enough slack for the inside, the center console, and then this, we're going to go ahead and zip tie it to the rest of the wires in there. So let's grab a zip tie, grab all this extra, cable like this, zip tie it to itself like that. We're gonna run it underneath this bar where the rest of the cables are. That's away from any linkage and stuff like that. So I think we're good. Now let's put our center console back in. We still have the rest of the cable over here. So actually, so we want to do is zip tie this part of the cable over here away from the shifter, like I mentioned. We'll zip tie it to the power and the antenna that we have here. I wonder if that'll run in it to the power. Never mind. So it keeps it away from the center console. Like this. Cut it like that. Now get this cable there. Put our center console back. Put it in neutral. Put your foot on the brake, obviously. Drop this into place. And obviously, and then put it back into gear. I mean, well, hold on. Keep it in neutral. And just put your mount there like that. We're gonna make sure you plug in this switch over here. There you go. Now we can put it in park. Take the key off. Then we're going to grab our heat warmers here, like this, right? Keep those nearby, like here. And then we're going to push our cable down and put our, just like that. I'm super excited for that right there. Little things in life, right? So push down, center console. Are we not fitting? Is something hitting it? Nope. No cables hitting it. Let's grab these plugs though before we shut down things. Go like that. Oops. Before we get these plugs, before we lose them, I have to open it up again. Like that. Gotta take this back out actually. This rubber piece. There you go. There you go. There you go. Get this out of the way. Perfect. Now plug in the right side, the left side. Drop it into place like that. Make sure it's an off position like that. On, off. Perfect. Put this back in and I'll show you guys the center console. Plug this in over here. That looks really good. Okay, so we have our cable here. Then we're going to go ahead and plug it in, and then we're just going to make sure it's nice and put away, and it should just close right up with one finger. Now the moment of truth, let's plug it in and see if it turns on. We're going to plug our cable into our adapter. Just like that. We're going to power up our Midland MXT. We got power. Look, cable solid over here. Now this keeps our cable away from our entertainment or our functioning area, our shifter, or both shifters, this and a cup holder. And all that we have to do is, how clean is this? Beautiful. Yep, let's make sure it works. Should work. I don't think there's anybody on, or the weather's on, so it's still searching. So there you go, we got the weather. So, all right, there you have it. Let's finish this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on how to mount a adapter extension for your Midland or any radio, but in this case a Midland MXT575 on my 100 series Land Cruiser center console, so that I can run my radio right here and then have my cables on this side instead of running through the center console. So I think this is a perfect installation for me. The only downside I would see is that when I'm not using this, I would have to put a plug in here. But aside from that, I loved the installation. Aside from that, this is a great installation. Enjoyed it. I'm excited to use this now and not being in the center console and bugging. Now I just turn off the radio from here, turn it on from here, so never have to have access to never need to open up the center console for my radio again. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to pick up some of the stuff that I used here, I'll put it in the description below. I do get compensated, and I appreciate the support if you buy something there. So thank you guys for watching. Hit subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.